Et salut à tous, c'est Captain et je suis ravi de vous retrouver pour le deuxième épisode de cette série sur The Council, un jeu qui m'a vraiment beaucoup captivé, extrêmement plu, extrêmement intrigué dans ce premier épisode. Donc je suis vraiment ravi de lancer le jeu. Et depuis que j'ai arrêté le record du précédent épisode, je me suis dit, j'étais à deux doigts de relancer tout de suite, automatiquement le deuxième. Malheureusement, comme j'avais dit, il y avait ma machine à laver qui tournait, donc je pouvais pas. Et d'ailleurs, elle est juste derrière. J'ai juste de finir de manger, donc j'ai juste pris le temps de d'étendre le linge, manger, et on est reparti. Du coup, pour le jeu. Alors, là, le jeu me dit d'aller rapidement répondre à la porte. Généralement, quand il y a ça, c'est que le jeu vous dit va vite répondre, mais il y a des choses que tu vas oublier en fait. Parce qu'on te pousse à répondre vite, mais en fait, c'était pas obligé.
Inspiration of Saint Matthew, or Matthew writing his gospel, dictated to him by voices.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the case that concerns us. By the way, enclosed, you will find a key that will enable you to retrieve the personal effects your mother left behind. Yours faithfully, Lord William Mortimer.
On va prendre la clé. Oh, on peut appuyer sur eux pour prendre, c'était un réflexe, mais du coup, c'est bon à savoir. Ils veulent que je découvre des choses que ma mère a pas trouvées. Je récupère un point de fatigue. Enfin, un point d'effort, pardonnez-moi.
Great, honey.
Alors là, qu'est-ce qu'on a?
The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance.
Il y a beaucoup de trucs des œuvres très occultes, très torturées en fait à chaque fois. Ouais, il y a de la torture quasiment tout le temps en fait, c'est ça. Donc c'est plaisant. Encore un? Ah, ouais.
Incredulity of Saint Thomas. Why is Caravaggio represented Saint Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch.
Il y a les mêmes là. C'est les mêmes là. C'est un qui se répète. Pas de décoration est particulière si je puis dire. Alors qu'il y a George Washington qui est en train de frapper depuis je ne sais combien de temps à ma porte. 2 secondes. Déverrouiller. On va le laisser. Hein.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer is giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Là, comme les peintures, quoi. Bonjour. Attends.
Amber crystals.
Il m'en faut un autre pour avoir le point de... Augmenter, pardon, définitivement mes points d'effort. C'est fou parce que je caille là où je caille chez moi là. D'ailleurs, il y a probablement mon radiateur qui devrait s'allumer pendant le record, normalement. Je suis désolé si c'est le cas. Il fera un peu de bruit. Enfin, ça fera un sifflement quoi. Donc, j'espère que ça ne vous dérangera pas. Ouais, donc vu qu'il caille chez moi, j'ai des frissons dans le dos là. J'ai envie de rester près du feu là. Allez, c'est pas sérieux. Si je pouvais, je vous assure que je le
Saint
ferais.
Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices. There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it.
Qu'est-ce qu'on me cache? Pierre philosophale?
There's a note. Effects of Sœur de Richet to be given to her son, Louis. I should probably take it. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
C'est fait exprès
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Ah, non, c'est bon, c'est un fragment.
Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices. It always amuses me to see how art gets used for propaganda purposes.
Attendez, qu'est-ce qui se bouffe là?
Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son. The Conversion of St. Paul, by Caravaggio. It's incredible. It doesn't look like a copy, but I was sure the original was in Rome.
Beaucoup de trucs avec les saints également. Très axé religion, mais religion un peu contestée, j'ai l'impression.
Excuse me, am I bothering you?
Non, ça va.
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
No. What's her name again?
Elizabeth Adams. Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room, and perhaps get my hands on some important information. At least I hope so. Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
On va quand même l'aider.
Count on me, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Keep Elizabeth downstairs as long as possible. She must not
J'imagine
return
qu'on va
to
avoir
her
une
room.
confrontation.
Trust me. According to Washington, Lady Adams is in the small salon. I better hurry.
Est-ce qu'il y a des choses à récupérer? Je pense pas, on a fait le tour. Je regarde quand même vite fait au cas où. Je pense qu'on peut maintenant scroll.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Est-ce que je peux frapper peut-être aux portes? Non. Il y a un truc ici. Ok, on va descendre. Je pense que j'ai un autre à récupérer ici. Juste, je trouve, c'est con, hein, parce que c'est minimaliste probablement, mais l'ambiance, c'est ça qui, genre c'est apaisant en fait le silence. Il y a beaucoup de jeux où j'ai en fait, sans m'en rendre compte, on est constamment pris par le son, toujours du son, toujours des choses, et parfois c'est très bien parce que ça vous immerge énormément, mais il y a pas mal de fois où en fait vous dites, mais là, là ça me saoule, là, le fait, enfin, vous dites pas ça, mais vous avez l'impression que c'est trop. Et j'ai l'impression que là en fait du coup ce jeu, le fait que ce soit silencieux, la plupart du temps à part des petites musiques, des petits sons, des petits voilà, fait que ça amplifie justement l'ambiance un peu intimiste et ouais, encore une fois comme je dis, le côté je trouve des petits nègres un peu vraiment présent dans le jeu, c'est-à-dire que c'est
Fall of the Damned by Rubens. The man who cannot achieve the salvation of God the Father is offered
ok,
to
ça,
fall
je l'ai déjà vu.
to the
Donc
depths
on
of the
retourne dans ce
abyss.
salon, ok, donc on arrive par là, ça marche. Ah, il y a le cardinal, il est nombreux je crois, hein. Est-ce que j'entends? Est-ce qu'on peut aller dehors, vous pensez? Genre ça serait le moment où ma mère serait par exemple en train de... Enfin dans le jeu, ma mère dans le jeu serait en train de...
My son. Oh, you are a godsend.
What's the matter, Your Eminence?
I believe Miss Adams may be in danger.
What do you mean?
Do you hear that? She is being manhandled in this small salon.
By whom?
I don't know exactly. A thug, a Frenchman, it seems. By the cut of his cloth, I'd say he's a member of the French Revolutionary Government. You should do something, my son.
Le radiateur il s'allume.
Come on, this guy's a cardinal? Weren't you about to enter the room, Your Eminence?
Oh, no. I was just passing by.
But since I do happen to be here, shall we go in together now?
I'd rather go and find help. It's safer.
Well, let's see. It's always the same ones who get dumped in it.
Thank you, my son. May God watch over you.
Napoléon.
Who do you think you are?
Ah non. Pour atteindre votre objectif, il peut être bon de réfléchir avant de vous engager sur la première voie que vous trouvez. J'espère juste qu'il n'y a pas de
Oui,
timer.
sir.
If we were in France, I'd have sent you to the guillotine for what you just said.
Please, just let me go back to my room.
Hey, you, stay out of it. This is none of your business. I'm gonna teach this little slut how to behave.
What the hell's going on?
Huh? I don't think you know who I am.
Stop. I beg you. I didn't mean to. Don't hit me, please, sir.
Shit. If I step in, Adams might just run back to the room. And if I do nothing, yes, Washington will have enough time to search, but this girl's gonna suffer. Damn it, what should I do?
Let her go. Huh? Stay out of it, boy.
Shit.
What are you playing at? I told you to mind your own business, boy. If you think you can side with this whore and then just walk away, you're out of your mind. Give me one good reason not to knock you down.
Est-ce qu'on sait qui c'est? De Richet, ça c'est moi, Adams. À découvrir, Washington, serviteur. Ça c'est Napoléon. D'accord, je le connais pas.
Listen, we can sort this out like gentlemen.
No, I don't think so.
You haven't hurt anyone yet, my friend.
No, but I'm about to. Don't think you're getting away with it that easily. I'm sick of all these toffs. If we were in Paris, I'd send you all to the guillotine. And on top...
Attendez, c'est quoi ça?
At all, a woman telling me how I ought to behave? I won't stand for it.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
What? Don't tell me you're gonna defend these harlots.
Women, right? They really do drive us crazy sometimes. I totally understand.
Yeah, and every time they open their mouths, it makes you want to slap
Okay.
them. I get the feeling you're trying to put one over on me. If that's the case, you're making a big mistake.
Sorry about that. Look, there's no point in us aggravating each other. Let's both just go our separate ways.
Don't move, we're not done yet. You wanted to be the knight in shining armor and save the damsel in distress. Let's see how brave you are.
L'élixir d'or, ils disent. 2.
I've watched you, and you're shaking. I'm betting you won't fire.
I'm not in the habit of beating Lord Mortimer's guest in his own salon. You got off easy this time, but don't try it again.
Bon, je pense que j'ai fait la chose qu'il fallait faire. C'est-à-dire qu'on ne laisse quand même pas une femme se faire battre sous ses yeux.
The brooch Elizabeth was wearing.
Huh. She was so frightened she was unaware that she lost it.
Yeah, well, it didn't seem to do her much good.
Le cercle. La broche, ça fait pas le cercle autour de la serrure. Je sais pas comment je pourrais l'utiliser. Est-ce que c'est le genre de truc où le personnage se rend pas compte et vous ne pouvez pas l'utiliser tant que vous pouvez pas l'utiliser. Tant que le personnage se rend pas compte en fait. Je sais pas. En vrai, on va utiliser ça, on va prendre ça.
There's a pattern with 5 circles on this chest.
5 cercles ici, un cercle dans ma chambre.
Hey, these look like pages taken from an ancient encyclopedia. Chronicles of the Amber Princes. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character.
Il y a aussi la possibilité que tout ça, tout ce qu'on voit dans le jeu, c'est pas dans la tête du perso. Pour l'instant, j'y crois pas trop, mais avec le coup des visions, le coup de...
Lady Adams must have locked it behind her when she fled.
On va sortir par l'autre côté du coup.
Well, did you get time to search the room?
Louis, I only needed 10 minutes. Imagine the scandal if she had found me.
What would you have done in my shoes? She was in the middle of an argument with some angry guy.
10 minutes? I didn't ask for the moon.
Nonetheless, you found what you were looking for, didn't you?
Not everything, but yes. Elizabeth is definitely the daughter of John Adams. We need more information.
You can always go back.
It's too late now.
Ah, disons que c'est vrai qu'à la base j'ai fait ça pour l'aider. J'ai quand même décidé de ne pas enquêter sur ma vision pour l'aider et l'aide elle lui a servi à rien.
Golden elixir. I'll keep it for later.
Est-ce qu'il se passe quelque chose, vous pensez, ou c'est juste on regarde, j'imagine que c'est lui du coup, enfin, de ce qu'on a vu, on voit pas son visage pour l'instant, Lord Mortimer, c'est ce que je me suis demandé également tout à l'heure en mangeant. Pourquoi on voit pas son visage? Est-ce qu'il y a un intérêt à cacher son visage? Est-ce que ça serait pas, genre là l'aspect complètement mystique du truc, ça serait, est-ce que ça serait pas un ancien dieu? Et ça serait par exemple lui, ce qui expliquerait le côté mégalomaniaque. Genre une statue de lui, par contre, ça serait, on trouverait pas plus mégalo que ça.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men.
Oh putain. Est-ce que j'ai d'autres choses à récupérer? Je pense pas, donc ça c'est ce qu'on a déjà vu, pas de soucis. Ok, bon, on va remonter, hein. Je vois pas trop ce que je peux faire de plus. Je crains que je ne puisse rien faire de mieux. Ok, droite, si je ne m'abuse.
Duchess Emily Hillsborough.
Bizarre. Au-dessus, il y a le point des panneaux stop, là, il y est pas. Est-ce que c'est parce qu'il va se passer quelque chose? Regardez, là, il y est. Est-ce que c'est parce qu'il va se passer quelque chose? Un truc, peut-être? Je sais pas. Il y a juste vraiment l'ambiance. Alors, probablement que dans un jeu réaliste, et même en réalité, il y aurait beaucoup plus de choses. Mais là, je trouve que c'est relaxant et en fait, ça vous permet de penser à des choses, de penser à l'intrigue en fait. Ouais, à gauche, ça me fait flipper.
Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
I was worried about you, my son. How did it go with Miss Adams?
Don't worry about that anymore, Your Eminence. I had to step in, but everything's under control.
What an adventure, my son. I am relieved to hear it. You acted as a good Christian. In these troubled times, we need more men of your caliber.
It's nothing, Your Eminence. I did what I had to do. Well, you did the opposite.
Good. Well, thanks for the news. My son, I have another problem. I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have my letter on you? The one I gave you in the hall?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
Here it is.
Thank you, my son. Ah, I see that it's still sealed. I was right to put my trust in you, Louise. Now, give me 1 second, please. I can't imagine what would have happened if I hadn't added this name to the list. Please, be sure to give this letter to Sarah the moment you see her.
You can count on it.
Have a good night.
Pourquoi est-ce qu'il aurait ajouté un nom une fois qu'il est sur l'île? C'est-à-dire que c'est probablement quelqu'un de l'île qu'il essaie de défendre, de protéger? Non? Ou est-ce que je vais chercher trop loin là? Je pense pas aller chercher trop loin, honnêtement, il y a quelque chose d'étrange avec ce perso. Enfin, déjà, on sait qu'il est lâche, ça c'est sûr.
Louis, you're straying from your objective.
D'accord, là le jeu me dit non.
I'm exhausted. Better go to bed.
Notre
I'll
vision.
search my room tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. and Mortimer had better show up.
Ah oui, d'accord, ça c'était juste un... D'accord. Faire ça. Avec 2 points, où est-ce que je pourrais le faire là peut-être? Manipulation. Et agilité aussi que je pourrais. Un point. On va partir sur l'agilité. Ok. Et ensuite en talent. Les livres.
All right. In my vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room before me. I'd better search the room. Who knows? Maybe she left me something behind.
Elle était là tout à l'heure, la statue? J'ai pas fait gaffe. Ah, là les livres. On va partir sur l'étiquette. Juste pour être un peu... comment je peux dire ça?
Writing material.
Juste pour être un peu complémentaire. Pas vraiment le mot, mais complet plutôt. Voilà.
From what I see, no ink's ever been used on this quill. The smell reminds me of something. It smells like lemon. That's odd.
C'est pas l'écriture invisible, le citron? De l'encre invisible? Je crois. Il me semble, hein. Genre, faudrait la mettre au feu ou un truc comme ça. Ou sous une bougie peut-être, je sais pas. Il me semble que c'est ça. Si je dis pas de conneries.
This room looks unoccupied.
C'est le mec là, l'espagnol, non? Qui devrait se trouver là si je ne m'abuse. On va récupérer 2 points de jeu. Enfin, 2 points d'effort, pardon.
Here's something will undermine my botanist's appreciation for the local climate.
Someone's picked some lemons.
I'd be surprised if my mother didn't help herself to a few. She was always going on about the surprising properties of lemons.
Est-ce que c'est vraiment le jus de citron qu'elle a utilisé ou encore une fois l'écriture invisible? De toute façon, je me trompe, il n'y a pas d'écriture invisible, hein, mais il me semble que le citron est connu pour ça.
A priest's robe, crosses. Must be Piaggi's room.
Ouais, donc on peut vraiment aller chez lui en mode coucou.
Oh, this bookcase is well stocked.
Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way round.
A Voyage Around the World, the travelogue of the explorer Louis-Antoine de Bougainville.
One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence.
Ou pas.
And I don't believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother?
Le citron.
Found it. A faint sign of the order, barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room. Come on, Louis, think.
Think. Let's recap. My mother was in this room. I found a rare edition of her favorite book. She must have left something behind. She must have used the writing materials. The quill has been used, but not with regular ink. What if she used lemon juice instead? An old trick used to hide messages.
Oh.
A message using invisible ink. I bet she used a lemon to leave a message. Now, how do I reveal the message? The message is illegible. I have to keep searching.
Je pensais il me semble que c'est la chaleur, non?
Look, markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
La sonde, ça marche aussi du coup?
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice strong coffee though. I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
Il n'y a pas la boîte aussi?
Inferno by Dante.
Ah.
Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Damn, I'm making a serious mess here. It's no good. Might have worked if the writing had left marks in the paper, but no. There's only traces of lemon. Luckily, I've only put ash on part of the message.
Oh putain, j'ai fait niquer le message du coup. GG. Bougie du coup, non?
Ah, secret writing. Many people use this method for their secret correspondences. Light the flame and the ink appears.
Oh putain, j'ai niqué pas mal de... J'ai niqué pas mal de points de... C'est pas grave, je peux me restaurer des points.
All right, I've retrieved everything. Aha! It's working! The heat reveals the message. Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, could be anywhere. Damn! The message continues, but thanks to me, the rest of the text is unreadable. Great. I hope it wasn't a unique edition or Mother's gonna kill me. Now I better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Est-ce que c'est pas dans le hall?
Sir, dinner is served in the red salon.
Typical.
I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Ok. On y va, hein. De toute façon je pense que j'ai plus rien à récupérer ici.
If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other
Allez,
guests.
il est temps de faire le stalker. Fallait pas me le dire deux fois. Enfin, faut pas me le dire deux fois plutôt. Non? Ah, là je peux pas. Plutôt, j'avoue que je suis plus intéressé par la chambre du major là. Comment? Goyon? Je sais plus. Non. Godoy. Ce bruit ici, quelqu'un qui passe. Ok, c'est ça, attends, j'ai cru que c'était le. Ok, là je peux. Bizarre, pourquoi tard je pouvais pas. Est-ce que je fais. Ouais, on va visiter vite fait l'étage parce que ça peut me permettre de gagner des niveaux. Si je trouve des objets ou ce genre de choses.
That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
Ok, je peux pas. Heureusement, limite, je vais te dire, parce que ça peut vite partir en couille, je pense. Napoléon, c'est ça, je crois. Bon, je pense qu'on peut descendre. Hein. Qu'est-ce qu'on a là? Clé à demi-cercle. Et si je dois trouver 5 clés comme ça, et encore même plus que ça, parce que j'avais 5 cercles, là c'est un demi-cercle, donc théoriquement il me faut encore 4 clés et demie. Ou ça voudrait dire 10 clés de demi-cercle. Beaucoup là, non? On peut monter ou pas? Pas l'impression que je puisse monter, en tout cas le jeu veut. Là, personne. C'est qui?
Monsieur Johann von Wollner.
Comment il s'appelait le mec qu'on a. Au début de l'épisode 1 là, dont on s'est échappé avec notre mère. Celui qu'on a interrogé après, c'était pas ce nom-là. Hein. Je peux pas descendre. Strange.
That's the door to Elizabeth's room. For God's sakes, what happened in here?
Ouh, j'aime pas ce que je vois au sol. Ah, du coup, j'imagine que si j'étais occultiste, ça serait un paradis. Mais c'est pas le cas.
A chest with a half circle pattern.
Nice. Vous avez collecté qu'un. Nice.
An untutored hand copied these notes. Looks like a healing method. Well, that's a pity. The writing is barely legible.
Je trouve ça bien. Oh. C'est fou parce que du coup ça on peut complètement passer à côté quoi en fait.
Looks like I found a box containing some kind of white crystals.
Consommez-les.
Well, let's see what it tastes like. Ugh.
C'est la drogue.
I really need to stop tasting everything I find now.
Comment on fait déjà? C'est quoi pour s'enlever la cleanse? Ok, 2. 1. Et on prend. Ok. S'il y a 2 lits. Ou alors elle refuse de se dormir dans son lit. Pas de. J'avais pas vu les. On va essayer de refaire un. C'est quoi, c'est un pentagramme là? Au plafond. Je peux pas sortir.
August 24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I am driven to despair and doubt there is any point in writing to you. I'm not even sure you'll receive my letters. Father controls my correspondence more and more. I am certain he filters our exchanges. Thankfully, one of the chambermaids is able to help me get my letters to you. But they still remain unanswered. I often think about you and pray every day to be able to hold you tight. We have so much time to make up. I beg you, answer me, please. Your loving sister, Abigail. P.S. That horrible woman came again yesterday. She spent a long time speaking with Father. I didn't understand everything because they spoke in French, but I'm sure they were talking about you.
Est-ce que ça serait pas notre mère? Non,
August
la classe
24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I'm driven to despair. 3rd November, 1791. My dear sister, the cancellation of our reunion hit me like a stab to the heart. Father told me it was for your well-being, but I can't help but blame him. He claims that your condition has worsened and that it could be dangerous for both of us if we met. If only I knew where you were, believe me, I'd be at your side. I haven't received any news from you in a long time. Please write. Your loving sister, Abigail. P.S. I hope you like the enclosed talisman.
Alors, plusieurs questions du coup. Donc, on est d'accord qu'Elizabeth Adams, c'est la fille de John Adams, donc le vice-président américain. Donc déjà, pourquoi le John Adams s'entretiendrait longuement avec une femme française et parlerait en français? J'ai un petit souci. Pourquoi est-ce qu'il bloque également les correspondances entre ces deux filles? Et du coup, il y a quelque chose qui n'est pas logique, c'est que Elizabeth Adams est considérée comme morte par George Washington. Mais John Adams semble savoir qu'elle n'est pas morte. Alors peut-être qu'il bloque les correspondances parce qu'elle est folle. Enfin, elle semble avoir de la folie.
June 11th, 1791. My dear Elizabeth, your last letter gave me much cause for concern. Your words were so cold, as if emotions no longer
Et
mattered.
c'est sa grande sœur.
Father maintains that the secondary effects of your treatment still trouble you, but that they will soon subside. Should I believe him? I cling to the belief that we shall soon see each other again, at long last. Write soon. Your loving sister, Abigail. P.S. Don't forget to tell me what present you want.
Le mystère s'épaissit.
A novel of the initiation of a young woman into polite society.
Humilité. Psychologie. Ok.
Pound.
Ça te choque pas ça? Enfin, c'est un ordre culte quand même. Enfin, c'est Satan, non? Si je ne m'abuse. Si je ne m'abuse. Hein. C'est démoniaque.
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better, and, unfortunately, your brothers and I are absolutely snowed under by the work required to govern this new country. Please excuse us. As soon as we can get free, even if it's just for a day, I promise we shall come and see you. Your loving father, John Adams. P.S. Don't hold it against your mother. She still isn't ready. Please don't judge her. I'm sure you'll be able to put all of this behind you one day.
Ouais, donc apparemment ça m'a l'air d'être ça, c'est qu'il a caché le fait qu'elle était folle en fait. Il voulait absolument cacher. En tout cas, sa famille voulait cacher le fait qu'elle était folle. Du coup, j'ai récupéré la clé pour le coffre en bas. C'est qui ici?
President George Washington.
Let no one disturb me. I'm busy.
Too bad. I'll see him later.
Mais du coup, il s'est fait rouler. J'ai l'impression lui par John Adams. Tiens, il y a quelque chose ici. Bon, faut qu'on descende au bout d'un moment quand même. Parce que je devais arriver dans une minute. Pas du mec. Napoléon, c'est ça ici? Non. Du coup, j'ai fait le tour par là. Donc là, ça c'est ma chambre.
Might be better to take a different stairway.
Mais non, mais l'autre escalier est bloqué aussi. Non. Ah, c'était ça. On va pas sprinter parce que j'ai pas envie que le jeu des petits soucis de hitbox. Ok, parfait.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault, too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Home.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Peru.
You didn't happen to lose this, did you?
Where did you find it?
In the small salon.
It's the only reminder I have of my beloved sister. I thought that swine stole it from me. You're her son. Sarah de Richet's son.
Yes, why?
Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are
Yes,
you
you did.
doing here?
My mother came here to do business with Lord Mortimer, but she seems to have gone missing. So I'm here to find her.
I know your mother very well.
Really?
Yes, I have been in your mother's care ever since I was born.
She nursed you.
Oh, I wouldn't say nursed. No. I remember her stare, cold as ice. Her sadistic hands pressing over my mouth to silence me while I screamed in pain. I remember her knees, too. She held me down with them while she cut and burned scars into me.
Hold on a minute. What do you mean?
You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
Une opportunité peut-être.
And next you're gonna tell me my mother's also responsible for that scar on your head?
My heart stopped twice during the operation. I lost my memory for 6 months. You obviously have no idea of the abuse your mother inflicted on me.
Wait. There must be some kind of mistake.
My only mistake was ever meeting your mother.
She's able to describe every detail without hesitation or getting flustered. It's becoming difficult not to believe the poor girl.
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
What's the point of rubbing salt in the wounds?
You're right. I don't want this conversation to turn into an interrogation. You've suffered enough already. I respect your silence. Please excuse me.
Well, thank you.
Voilà, as the braque.
I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they? Haven't you got a sister?
Yes.
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
She's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her. Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother.
I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's come here for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
On a vu Lord Mortimer vite fait, non? On a tout entendu, oui. On est d'accord, non? Alors, déjà, on va ouvrir le coffre. Il me semble qu'il est par là-bas. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Il y a quelque chose là, c'est ça? Ouais, c'est ça. Le coffre, il est où déjà? Est-ce qu'il était par là-bas? Je sais plus. Pour moi, est-ce que ça serait pas lui, le regard, etc. Est-ce qu'il pourrait pas être la méduse? Parce qu'on voit vraiment le regard, quoi. Vous voyez, là, le plan sur le regard, vraiment, il me fait dire que c'est peut-être lui, en fait. Les regards qui se toisent ou je sais pas quoi. Ou alors les regards qui se toisent, c'est le fait que tous les convives se réunissent à un seul endroit, peut-être. Mais du tout, ce coffre.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
I would like to speak about your master, Lord Mortimer.
Do please excuse me, sir, but I shall make no comment about my master. Is there anything else that sir would like to know?
What can you tell me about the guests?
Do excuse me, sir, but I am bound by discretion to say nothing about Lord Mortimer's guests, sir. Perhaps sir would like to know something else?
Yes. Can you briefly describe the ground floor, please?
Very well, sir. On the ground floor, there are mainly living rooms. Sir finds himself at present in the Grand Hall. From the Grand Hall, Sir can access, on one side, the small salon where the guests like to relax with a good book. From there, Sir can access the conference room, which is closed at present for preparations. That is where Lord Mortimer likes to gather all of his guests for talks. From the other side of the Grand Hall, Sir may access the dining room. That is where Sir's meals will be served. From the dining room, Sir may benefit from an exceptional view overlooking the island. It is also the best way to access the portrait gallery, where a large part of Lord Mortimer's works are exhibited.
Donc il est
And in the
peintre.
gallery, Sir will also find access to the garden. But Sir may be reassured, the building is accessible on both sides, so that it surrounds the garden in question. So, Sir should not find cause to worry. No one has ever gotten lost.
Except for my mother.
C'est ce que j'allais dire.
Has Sir another question?
What's on the first floor?
The first floor is reserved for guests, sir. That is where Sir will find his private rooms. The main corridor leads around the building. 3 stairways will enable Sir to return to the ground floor. It is also from there that Sir will be able to reach the second floor.
Thank you very much.
Anything else, sir?
Yes. What can I find on the second floor?
That floor is strictly reserved for Lord Mortimer, sir. In the west wing, on the second floor, are his private chambers. In the east wing are the rooms reserved for Lord Mortimer's personal guests. At the moment, these rooms are reserved for Sir Holm, sir. But only authorized guests may access that area. Does Sir have any more questions?
What is outside on the island exactly?
Lord Mortimer has made a point of keeping the main part of the island in its natural state, sir. For security reasons, only the wharves and the gardens are accessible to guests. If Sir would like to walk along the wharves, he has only to follow the pathway used upon his arrival. If he would like to walk in the interior gardens of the manor, I would advise Sir to pass through the portrait gallery. May I help Sir in any other way?
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
My good fellow, would you have any amber available?
I would, but unfortunately I don't think I am authorized to give it out, sir. I believe it is a precious stone.
Well, no point in lying, you know. I know full well you haven't got any.
I would never think of lying, sir. I don't believe I am authorized to give it away, that is all.
Amber? Here? I'd be surprised.
Yet I assure you, sir,
No, you're pulling my leg. I don't believe you.
I wouldn't dare to joke with sir.
Yeah, sure. You're just leading me on. I dare you to show it to me, if you really have some.
Well then, sir, here is a piece.
Ah, right. Well, I'm impressed. Can you lend it to me for a minute?
Of course, sir. Here.
Wow, I can hardly believe it. Well, I have other questions.
Of course, sir. But, sir, I believe you haven't given me back the amber, sir.
What? What amber?
The piece I gave to sir.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. You really ought to look after your things. And it can't be easy to come across amber in these parts.
Well, does sir desire anything else?
I still haven't quite recovered after that boat crossing. Would you happen to have any devil's thorn by any chance?
I am sorry, sir, but the devil's thorn may be just a plant, but it is also a powerful psychotropic drug that causes undesirable diuretic effects. I would advise against sir taking any.
Don't worry, my good man. I know the effects of devil's thorn very well. I've been taking it for years without any adverse effects. I've never had cause to complain. You can believe me.
That is well, sir. Here is sir's herb. What else can I do for you, sir?
Ouais, on va se fournir auprès de lui,
You
hein.
wouldn't have a little golden elixir I could use, would you?
Oh, unfortunately, sir, I have orders not to give any of that medicine to any of Lord Mortimer's guests. Some guests are here to follow a very strict treatment. Mixing or combining certain substances would be dangerous for sir.
Attendez, parce que là, du coup, ça se trouve, il est en train de me dire qu'on est en train de me droguer sans qu'on me le dise, en fait, sans que je sois au courant.
That's fine. I have no intention of swallowing this remedy. You see, I generally use it to put the shine back on my shoes. But maybe you'd rather I ask permission from Lord Mortimer. Where is he? I'd like to tell him about my shoe problem.
Sir need do nothing of the sort. There is no reason to disturb Lord Mortimer with this small matter.
As you wish.
Here you are, sir. I hope sir will have enough with one bottle, as I haven't
On est en
any
train de
more.
le voler.
Oh, I'll make do. It's good of you to get this much.
May I do anything else for sir?
Le mélisse, pourquoi pas.
A little Carmelite water would do me a lot of good. Could you find me some, please?
Oh, the tonics are under lock and key, sir. Lord Mortimer only allows access to them in cases of emergency.
Ah, j'ai pas fait. Je vais brasser.
What? That's the last straw. Lord Mortimer himself asked me to take the sea to join him here. I accepted out of kindness. The voyage was undertaken in conditions that I prefer not speak about. And then at long last I arrive and you refuse me a simple flask of Carmelite water?
No, sir, I...
Your name. Tell me your name.
Here, sir, your Carmelite water. Please accept my sincerest apologies. if Sir requires anything else whatsoever,
tellement
Sir has only to
Karen.
ask.
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir, and I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend Sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir. I took it to restore.
Indeed, this masterpiece must not become more damaged. Let me have it and I'll take care of it personally. I love antiquarian books.
It bothers me somewhat. It isn't Sir's job to take care of it, really.
No, but I would love to. You'll be doing me a favor by letting me have it.
In that case, sir, I shall leave it in your care with pleasure. May I do anything else for Sir?
Comment je l'ai pouillé. C'est lequel du coup? L'élixir d'or, c'est lequel? Le 2. On va quand même se soigner des effets négatifs. Ce qui me gêne, c'est que j'ai toujours pas le coffre. Mais il me semblait qu'il était là, ou alors il est dans le petit salon. Il n'était pas là. Ah, là, attendez. Non? On va aller dans le petit salon quand même. Je vais être sûr. Si je peux y aller ou pas d'ailleurs. On regarde quand même vite fait sur les aux alentours, mais je crois pas. Non, je crois pas. Bon, dommage. Ce sera pour plus tard. Je pense qu'on va gagner pas mal de niveaux quand même parce que j'ai exploité énormément de vulnérabilité là. Le problème c'est que j'ai plus beaucoup de points d'effort. Après j'ai des compétences que je peux utiliser gratuitement. Ah bah le là, Mortimer il est là, non? Le mec aux cheveux blancs c'est lui.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet me?
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Shit.
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the king's table.
I am delighted to hear it.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too, as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A Southern, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favourite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule, but I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would Would you repeat that?
Oh, well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mentioning that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
My lord, I only know the prestige of your name. Might I have the honor of getting to know you a little better?
You are Monsieur...
Louis Moras de Richet.
de Richet. De Richet. A name with a nobiliary particle. Are you descended from a noble line?
The presence of a particle does not necessarily mean a person belongs to the nobility, nor does it prevent the observance of the rules of etiquette, Monsieur von Bonner.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Voilà, il est yeux rouges, lui.
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
He's certainly well connected and in high places.
Surprising. No one appears to know him.
No one knows me, and yet here I am.
Quite so.
Monsieur de Richet, it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
Who does not know of her, sir? My friend.
I'm not sure. Speak for yourself, sir.
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have concluded a financial agreement.
Stay composed, Louis. I'm listening.
Ouais, il a le
An
vertige.
agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, this is a bit hasty. But please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And
Attendez. Je vois. On va partir sur
I
ça.
have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
I've only just taken over the affair. The agreement will be considered null and void until we've gone through it together. Is that clear?
All right, you seem to know what you're doing. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
I think what France is lacking today is a truly strong leader ready to govern her. Someone who will restore her luster, who will propel her forward so once again she becomes a proud nation respected by all. A man capable of both rebuilding the country from the inside and, at the same time, developing exterior relations. Someone with a vision, I think. The right person still remains to be found.
You're right, my friend. I hear your words and I agree. Monsieur de Richet, I am reassured. I am very happy to have met you. Lord
ça qu'on a créé un
Mortimer was
empire.
right to put his trust in you. I hope to work with you in the very near future. I would like to thank you for your support by offering you this humble little gift.
Reflections on the Revolution in France. Monsieur Bonaparte, I thank you for this gesture, and please know that I, too, am delighted to have met you.
My friends, I would like to say a few words, please. I would like to thank Lord Mortimer, and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is eminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington.
Washington is a very gifted speaker. Leave him for 5 minutes with sworn enemies and he'll convince them to be friends for life.
Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
Pourquoi il serait pas là, Mortimer? Ok. Ah bon? Je savais pas que j'aurais pu fouiller la chambre de Napoléon. Bim! Euh, 8 points. Ouh, allez hop. J'aimerais bien partir poétique peut-être. Pour l'instant je suis niveau 1, c'est ça? Voilà, comme ça je vais être bien complet. Voilà. Je pense que je suis pas mal là.
Alright, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Maintenant que j'ai... Ah c'est... Putain, c'est pas ce manuscrit là que j'ai... Oh putain. Psychologie... On va partir sur la politique. Non, j'ai dit que je vais peut-être partir sur l'étiquette. Politique, j'ai déjà amélioré. Ok, bah écoutez, comme j'ai dit, on va s'arrêter là. On a... Ah, je pense, plus ou moins bien avancé, je sais pas. Je saurais pas trop dire, mais en tout cas, je suis toujours aussi content de jouer à ce jeu. Vraiment, Enfin, ça a pas l'air parce que c'est pas le genre de jeu où vous vous dites « Oh, c'est génial, putain, je passe tellement un bon moment », mais j'apprécie chaque seconde que je passe sur le jeu pour le moment. Vraiment, je comprends qu'il y a des difficultés techniques, je les vois, mais je passe complètement outre parce que je suis captivé par l'histoire et j'ai vraiment envie de m'impliquer dans cette histoire. Et pour l'instant, le jeu ne me repousse pas. Et c'est ça que j'apprécie vraiment beaucoup, c'est que j'ai l'impression que chaque porte est ouverte, chaque possibilité que je recherche est une possibilité qui existe et qui peut être explorée. Donc franchement, vraiment, je surkiffe. Vraiment. J'exagère pas. Et c'est un plaisir vraiment de jouer à ce jeu. Véritablement. Pour le moment. On est à quoi 2h3 de jeu d'après Steam. Et ouais, franchement, j'adore pour l'instant chaque seconde. Allez, merci d'avoir regardé cet épisode et cette vidéo. Portez-vous bien. Et je vous retrouve quand vous souhaitez pour un nouvel épisode sur The Council. A bientôt.